There we go. I think my mic is working now. So to go ahead and dive into this theory, what if Sidney Prescott's daughters were kidnapped at the beginning of the film? Instead of there being an opening kill, basically the opening will be like this. We're introduced to Sidney's daughters. We're learning a little bit more about what makes them shy or what gives them anxiety, with little hints throughout the opening of the film. Once we get into the downstairs area of the house, Sidney and Mark are going out a date night. You know, they're leaving for the first time in a while. They haven't really left their kids alone at home. Sidney's feeling a little nervous about it. And of course, the one time that they do, something freaking happens. After Mark and Sidney leave for their date night, their eldest daughter is basically in charge of the entire household. She's watching her two younger sisters who are twins, which we kind of saw the stroller in Scream 2022 that kind of, resembles a dual stroller. But the idea here is to basically put them in a scenario where they are subjected to the killer. The eldest daughter gets a phone call from a mysterious man who sounds just like Ghostface. And of course, that leads into the attack. Basically, what will happen is that the killer will have this nice little phone call with her eldest daughter, and it's kind of introducing us into a full mirror world of what Sidney went through when she first got the call, waking up from the couch in the very first one, and then moving into her daughter now, maybe kind of get the same exact shots in a way. She wakes up from the phone ringing and whatever, answers it, and is thinks it's her mom or something, and she's like, "Hey mom, when are you gonna be home?" And then the killer answers and says, "Hello there," whatever your name is. I don't really know her daughter's names yet, so we'll figure that out later. But after the attack is done, Sidney's eldest daughter survives, but two things are missing. Her twin daughters are kidnapped. They are missing, and the reasoning behind this is so that the killer can drive Sidney out of that entire habitat and bring her into a secluded area where the killer can unmask themselves. And honestly, I'm really hoping it's Stu Macher. But at the end of this one, I really do theorize as well that at the end of it, there won't be a reveal, and that will continue out for 2 more movies. And honestly, Scream 9 will be the one where we finally get the reveal of who this killer is. And I think that it's such a cool motivation to keep it pushing, to keep it moving. But this theory is a very short one, guys, and I really do feel like this would be an interesting way to open up the film. Instead of opening up with if you've seen one of my previous first videos, actually, I think I did, of Scream, actually, on this specific YouTube channel, literally talks about the opening being Gale as the first kill, opening up from, whenever we opened up from, ended with Scream 6 and then, continued on because, Gale was in the hospital and all that kind of stuff. But Gale is supposedly to survive and come back into Scream 7, which, I really do think that this is going to carry so well with Mark Kincaid, Sidney Kincaid, and also Gale, which is really exciting to see, these 3 characters come back, with Mark kind of replacing Dewey as the cop, in this whole thing, but is now, again, the love interest and married to Sidney, which is an amazing way to kind of continue out that part of the story, which I really did miss in Scream 2022. I honestly wish they explored with Mark a little bit in that one as well, and honestly brought him on board for the ending of that, the climax of it, because it would have just brought things full circle, it felt, But there were so many issues with those past 2 films where I'm like, the continuation, with this, and then, Sidney's kids being kidnapped is so much more, fascinating to me, instead of there being an opening kill, which we've had in every Scream movie so far. So it's like, why not take that chance and do that? Which again, the script is officially finished for Scream, and that is an exciting time, for them, and especially Kevin Williamson to come in and direct this. This is his baby. This is what he's been, waiting for, and having this whole thing kind of come full circle now for him is giving him the opportunity to do something a little different, considering the fact that, of course, he wrote the original Scream film. He's the one who created this universe, literally. And of course, with Wes Craven directing, they both really tackled this in a specific way. And so now he understands how Wes worked and what he wanted to, project when it came to story and all of that, stuff. It was an interesting time for them to do this kind of transition. But if you guys want to hear that other theory about Gale being the opening kill, which is a little irrelevant now, but it's still fun and exciting to watch and listen to, so go check that out in one of these corners. The card will be right there in the corner for you guys, so you can go ahead and check that out. But what did you think about this theory? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Subscribe to the Lemon Nation if you haven't already. And of course, guys, we are working really, really hard on my feature film, Hello There, which is a slasher mystery horror type of film that you guys are going to be honestly ecstatic for. It's going to be such a fun and exciting ride, as well as dive into real life scenarios. And I think that that's what makes slasher fun, is that we can have these real life scenarios, but with creative kills and a creative story that blends in well with the universe that especially I'm trying to make here, because it's very similar to the Scream universe, just a lot more serious and no meta humor. And I think that that's really going to, project a lot of interest for a lot of people in the horror genre. People love slasher, and I love slasher so much, especially the Scream. Obviously, Scream series is the best to ever exist, in my opinion. And now we have so much more potential to making this thing to life. And of course, we have a completed script. I'm, printed out a new one actually, and I'm going to review it and, jot down some notes, grammar corrections, all that kind of stuff, put in punctuations that are missing, and just, really flatline it. But, right now we are finished. The script is done. So thank you all so much for the support on this channel. We have officially hit over 500 subscribers on this channel. Yes. But let's keep growing the Lemon Nation, guys. And I'm really excited to, keep on making videos for you guys. And, bear with me. I am, of course, in the middle of making my film and getting that out of development and into pre-production, which takes a lot of effort and a lot more, attention span away from YouTube. But, that's why we're here. We're here to talk about slashers. We're here to talk about horror. We're here to talk about what has made these movies so special in everyone's lives. So thank you all again so much for watching this video. And of course, never forget that lemons fly.
That's so lemon.